Alright, this is the fourth mission for Splinter Cell BlackList. It's called Private Estate, obviously. I do the mission with the initial loadout as far as the suit is concerned. I try to leave the gadgets alone as much as possible, but depending on the mission, I do have to, from time to time, change out the gadgets. I bring the tri-rotor with me on all the missions, so that is one gadget that I do change.
We knocked the power out. Give me access to the sex station to find the junction box and we're golden.
Location?
Head towards the main gate, uploading directions to your OPSAT.
You just sit here and this guard will pass you up. Do a snake cam and keep an eye on that guard. As soon as he leaves, you can go. I've had this next area play out for me in two different ways. The way it played out for me here is the easiest. I've also had a guard come here and stand right next to this U-Haul area here, right to the left of it. In this playthrough he didn't. If he does, it creates a problem with the dog later, because he'll just stand there and I won't be able to do that move I just did there. I know how to get through it, but it didn't happen on this playthrough, so I'm not going to talk about that right now. I go cover to cover there because it creates like a perfect timing situation for me as far as the dog is concerned. I get around pretty easily when it's this type of playthrough. Without that guy standing at the U-Haul is what I mean. Okay, while this is going on, I'm gonna explain a little bit. If that happens to you with the guard standing next to the U-Haul, what I do is I just attach a sticky cam to the U-Haul, and when I get to the opposite side of the room where that area, I go ahead and activate the sticky cam and I make a little noise for that dog, and then I destroy the sticky cam and I get out of there.
Cameras give us a wide view of the estate.
Sending it to your OPSAT now.
The utility shed by the pool pulls a lot of power.
This next area can be tricky. It depends on where the dog starts from. Now this is a time killer for me as far as this tri-rotor is concerned. I like getting a mark on the dog, but I get a mark on the dog as a somewhat of a might as well do it. And I might as well because I'm sitting here anyway. And the reason why I'm sitting here is because I think the perfect timing to come through here is to follow this guy. I've seen a couple other videos where people like to run down really quick, and I've tried it. It comes out kind of like iffy, and I don't particularly care for it. It's not as foolproof as I think this is. You wait for that guy to come down, and the dog will be far enough away from you that you can do this. Just kind of keeping an eye on that dog. Now this area right here can play out in 3 or 4 different ways. This wall right here can be scaled. I don't see no guards down here where the dog's at, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my way down. But as you see a flashlight coming out the side right there, right next to the dog, and that means that that guard is getting ready to come down this way, come towards you. I'm gonna sit here for a second, being mindful of that mark as far as the dog is concerned. But there's the guy with the flashlight. I beat him, so well, I'm not gonna get into that right now. Okay, now sometimes there's a guy right above you. And if there's a guy right above you, there he is. And sometimes he'll stand right there for a second. And this spot right here is a good spot to sit and wait for that dog to move away if that guy's right above you and you can't take off in this direction. If he's right above you and the dog is coming back as he's doing right there, that spot is a good spot to wait for that guy to go away and for the dog to go away. The dog will not be able to sniff you out there. But getting to that spot, you have to be very quiet if that guy's right above you.
Telemetry's good.
Definitely be quiet about it.
Be careful, Sam.
Okay, when I was doing this part with the tri-rotor, the guys that you run into, as I guess anybody else would, I've tried many different things, and the one that I found to be most consistent is the one I'm going to show you. I don't like to get the white detections. I don't like to get any detections whatsoever. And I've tried other things, and yeah, you make it, but
Okay, Sam, you're coming up on the breaker box.
you get the white detections. I'm personally in no rush, so I go ahead and do it as what I deem as professional as can be. I wait for him to line up. I go ahead and drop. I raise it up. I move over to the right. See, you can't really tell, but that guy sitting down is looking to the left. So you're clear as far as that is concerned, as far as he's concerned. Now both these guys end up coming from this perspective looking to the left. So at this point you can drop your tri-rotor and go in here and do your thing. I snake cam this door because if you open the door right away, that guard could possibly notices it, and sometimes he'll come and check it out.
Potential routes into the mansion. Balcony access and side door. Uploading to your offset now.
Sam, we've got a problem. SMI shows a black truck driving past Nuri's estate several times. I'm hearing Farsi on military-grade radio frequencies.
Keep an eye on it.
Got my sleeping gas ready because after we grab Nori, we're gonna have to take some men out. I waited there, but the truth is I didn't have to. I could have gone right away. And once you scale this wall, you move over to your left. I meant to do that move. And there you go. Now Nuri.
I built an underground escape tunnel below the mansion. It leads to my private dock.
Jump over this wall here. Once it sounds like they're getting ready to come in, I throw that. It took a second to get that second one, but that's fine. Once the explosion goes off, I throw it. And that takes care of all of them.
I'm staying right here.
Where's this tunnel, Nuri?
We're close. We're almost at the entrance.
Okay, the part coming up when you've got Nuri held down and you're trying to get him out of there safely, the first two guards are not a problem.
You're only one.
The third guard does different things. The first two guards are not a problem from the perspective that they do the same thing every time. The third guard does two different things.
You want out of here, then start talking about Sadiq.
It's a simple arrangement.
One is... let me see.
Orders for.
For none of my business.
I'll tell you when we get there.
You've got to be kidding me. Is this how you treat the people you're trying to protect?
Stay quiet. It'll be easier for both of us.
Just run right past that guard.
This is a bad idea.
Pissing off Cuz Force is a bad
And then you're going to sit here and wait for another guard to pass. And the guard that passes actually makes his way back. And that's what creates the problem when it comes to this third guard. The third guard is where he's standing right there. Sometimes he sits and waits there for a while. And if he does that, that creates a problem because the third guard is coming back. I mean, that second guard that passed you up comes back. In this case, he didn't. If he does, turn to an angle and run to the right of that pillar right there. At that point, right when I start running, or rather, but you have to also understand that I'm in the initial loadout suit, so it makes it harder for me to run through. If you're using a higher stealth suit, then you can get through there a lot quicker. But I'm not.
I want names.